I think this is going to be very educational for all of us. You just saw Conan's report. He just reported on the raw milk crackdown, and 3 people face charges now. Mark McAfee is from the Organic Pastures Dairy, and he's with us now. Illegal. I mean, you're doing everything.
We do everything legally.
License,
correct.
You've got all the things.
You jump through all the hoops.
You jump through all the hoops. The most disturbing thing in the report, I don't know if you saw it, was them pouring out all the milk. I just hate to see waste milk like that. Yeah. What is the difference between what happened there and your operation?
At Organic Pastures Dairy, we have about 400 cows on 500 acres of pasture. We are certified by the CDFA, the California Department of Food and Agriculture, to do raw milk. And we have our own creamery, we bottle our own milk, and it's distributed to 400 stores in our own trucks. So that's all legally approved, but it's a very expensive process, very arduous testing.
Is it more expensive than, say, a regular dairy?
Oh, yeah. We have to have our own creamery. You have to have your own bottling plant, your own testing facilities. We have to meet and exceed pasteurized milk standards without pasteurizing. So very, very clean. Our milk is never commingled with anybody else's milk. Our milk, our dairy, our creamery, our distribution. So I know all my consumers. Mm-hmm. They can call me, they can complain, they can compliment me, give me kisses, hugs. It's great. Okay. We get paid fully well. It's never processed. All we do is chill it and test it to assure that it's meeting our quality standards. Processed dairy sells the milk off to a creamery that then takes the profits and processes and commingles it together with other creameries' milk, and then sells it to the consumer who doesn't know the dairyman. So the dairyman is completely disconnected from their consumer, and there's a lot of disconnect issues. The dairyman's paid poorly. There's a lot of nutritional stuff that's lost to the processing step, and the consumer doesn't know who to complain to. There's just a lot of different food chain dynamics going on.
If we had a blind taste test here and we had your milk and pasteurized milk, what would be the difference? At
the Fresno State's master's program, 2 years ago, my son was in the master's program, they did that, and ours came out number 1. Flavor is the biggest thing people remark about with raw milk when it's fresh and cold. And then it's digestibility and the lack of allergies. There's no allergies associated with raw milk. Raw milk is a living food like yogurt, except the bacteria counts are extremely low, and then those bacteria counts grow as it reaches your intestines. But there's no lactose intolerance associated with raw milk, and it's absolutely delicious, and it's not allergenic. If you were to look at the most allergenic foods in America, even at the FDA website, it shows pasteurized milk as number 1. Raw milk is actually the opposite. It's not allergenic. Actually, in Denver, Colorado, there's 83 of those programs operating, and that's the way people get their raw milk in Colorado. But in California, somehow, some twisted way, our regulators believe that that's illegal.
Well, I would think you would almost like the protection of the legislation, because
I visited a cow share program 2 weeks ago in El Dorado County that's operating kind of under the radar. Their bacteria counts are lower than me, and I am the bacteria champion. When you have fewer animals and you're really taking care of them like a 4-H project, let me tell you, you can achieve extremely safe milk.
Yeah, but if you don't know how the animals are being taken care of, then you could
have a problem.
Yeah, you could have a problem.
And that's the big thing.
And that's what the state wants to protect.
I think that the state does want to protect it, but the problem is that they're making the protection so incredibly bureaucratically deep and wide and expensive that these small farmers can't do it. It's literally, you need $5 million to do what I do to start a business. And it's like, how do you do that? It's really tough to have the grade A dairy, the grade A creamery, do all these testing protocols, have all the things. When all these people wanted to do was connect to a consumer. The USDA has a program called Get to Know Your Farmer, Get to Know Your Food.
Yeah.
Well, in this case, when that happened, they got thrown in jail.
Terrific. Thank you for being with us this evening.
My pleasure.
I really appreciate it.
You bet.
And it's very, very cold, too. Okay. Thanks, Mark.